Yep, that sound means another episode 6 of the Local Podcast. My name is Cuervo, I'm your host, and I have somebody with me that goes by Diana.
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great, actually, it's a sunny day, it was supposed to be rainy, and we're sitting here at our new corporate offices with TLC Properties, Coriel Collaborative Group, and I'm having a good time. It's a lot of good decor. There's a window we can people watch.
So fancy here.
I know, it is fancy. I feel underdressed. But it's Friday, so it's casual Friday.
What about the jeans?
Yeah, I love jeans. I love them. Levi's, but they're getting very expensive.
Mine are stretchy.
These actually have a little bit of stretch in them, too. Don't tell anybody. But, Diana, I've actually known you for a few years.
Yeah.
Your husband works for a radio station that I work for.
Yeah.
And what you do, you work for Parks. I always want to say Parks and Rec.
Yeah, you can say Parks and Rec.
But that everybody gets so excited, like, you know Ron Swanson.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I work for Parks and Rec. I'm the marketing coordinator and for the Springfield Greene County Park Board. So we're known as the Springfield Greene County Park Board, which is the longest name ever.
Very long,
but
yeah.
We're a city and county park system, which is why we have the Springfield and then the Greene County Park Board. So also known as, Parks and Rec, and not much rec going on right now, but we do have a lot of parks going on.
So, and that's the thing. Everything that's been going on the last month of our life here in Greene County, Springfield, Missouri, all over the nation, the world, it's been kind of shut down.
Yeah.
So,
but not parks.
See, that's what I was going to get at. Yes, not parks. Parks are still open.
Playgrounds are closed.
Yeah, they got the yellow tape around. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We hope to open those up here maybe in the next month or so, the playgrounds, so kiddos can jump around and go down and slide.
I'm sure every parent would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have no kids. I have a roommate with a dog. He's got a golden doodle, and he's losing his mind.
They're kind of like kids, though. Dogs are kind of like kids. I have both. plus 2 cats.
You are stronger than I can tell you that.
2 cats, 2 kids, and a dog, and no more animals or children are allowed.
You've hit your capacity. So with what you do, and have you noticed that with this whole COVID-19 thing, is the coronavirus that's going around, it literally changed the world.
Yeah.
It changed how everybody works, how they live their life now. I've been okay with it because I'm still working. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
But watching friends that have been furloughed, maybe laid off, they don't know what to do at this point because life is stopped. The restaurants, the bars, everything's stopped. Have you noticed an increase maybe with the parks? More people, more numbers going through, and just daily walks and stuff like that, just to get out of the house. Have you seen an increase?
Well, I'm not sure about a strong increase, but because of all the social and physical distancing we're all supposed to be doing. But there has been a lot of trail use. I have noticed maybe the trails picking up.
Mm-hmm.
The Ozark Greenways trail system is awesome, and we partner with them. And yeah, people have been getting out, I think, for their own mental well-being. And I think that's something that's not really talked about a lot, of how are parks helping people. Mm-hmm. Well, they help us keep our sanity, because sometimes you just need to go for a walk. And I know our family has really relied on that. And bike rides and just, change of scenery. Sometimes you just need to get out of the 4 walls of your house and go for a walk around the block or go to your nearest park.
I've done that actually quite a bit. And there's a lot of friends that I know that use Nathaniel Greens, stuff like that, where I live by. They get out and they'll go have lunch, sit in the park.
That is my favorite trail, South Creek Trail. If you go west on that and you go past Fort and Smith, a lot of people will go to Nathaniel Greene, Close Memorial Park, and they'll walk around the lake there, which is beautiful. But then when you go towards the wooded area and past Fort and Smith,
it's a little different. Yeah.
It is. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorites.
See, this whole thing has reminded me so much of just being a kid.
Good.
My parents are in their 70s.
Yeah.
And I was checking on them once a week, twice a week, saying, "Hey, Mom, Dad, how you doing?" And they're like, "Listen, we've been married over 40 years. We're okay. We grew up before TV happened. We're okay."
They've seen this before. It feels like
It's similar at a sense, but they're okay. They don't need to be going out every day to get out. But my dad will go take a walk because every once in a while I'd be like, I love your mother. Been married over 40 years. I gotta get out of the house. And my mother cut his hair recently, and she was good at cutting hair. She was trained by a friend back in the day. She was good. She used to cut my hair.
Yeah.
But I guess my dad started micromanaging her through the haircut.
Oh,
She says, John,
go well.
I will end this right now.
She had scissors.
And she had sharp objects in her hands. Like it took over 40 years to make this happen, but a lockdown. They made it through. It was good, which is great. But it has changed things where, yeah, people that maybe always talked about getting outside are finally getting outside, and maybe realizing that it's pretty awesome. The parks and everything that our city does and the money we put back into things for people, they do it for a reason.
Yeah.
It's for you to enjoy it, but you can talk about it, you can be about it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying going outside, and it makes me feel like a kid, packing like some PB&Js and some lemonade.
Yeah, have a little picnic.
Exactly, and just sit down and take it all in. Like even today, blue skies, some clouds, but sitting in a park and just being able to stare up and the breeze and just take it all in. That's what it's for.
Can I tell you kind of the cool thing that I feel like we've tried to bring to the table here at Park Park?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things that right when this was all happening and we were all being forced to quarantine, and we talked as we call ourselves kind of the marketing communication team within parks, and there's 4 of us on staff. So we have a graphic designer, a public information gal, and myself as marketing coordinator and our web developer. So we're not a huge marketing team, but we decided, let's uplift people's spirits and let's find something fun. And so we created this like social media web type campaign that it's a daily parks pick me up. And so we've been doing this, I feel like for the last 7-8 weeks now, and every day we have a parks pick me up. And so some days it might look like a little video within our parks with either one of our staff or maybe our board members, or in one case we do a video at Sequiota Park with one of my coworkers' kids. And so it's fun little things like that. So you can always check it out at parkboard.org, and then you look at the Parks Pick Me Up or look at our Facebook page. But the other thing on there is we've been able to do some fun BuzzFeed quizzes and like Throwback Thursdays and Trail Tuesdays, and even have some fun scavenger hunts for people who have kids, and coloring sheets and some STEM activities. So it's been I know for me, like, I think sometimes people can get in a rut and like, oh, I'm working from home and it's kind of the same.
The monotony of it.
It is.
Day in, day out, same thing. Like in the beginning, I was like, I get to work from home.
Yeah. And I feel like with this, it's been something fun to look forward to and get out. And I find myself that me just getting out for a little walk or being out in the trail or in a park just for, going and visiting a park that I haven't visited in a while. I know we did some fun throwbacks. Here's a fun quiz. Did you know that Phelps Grove Park used to be a zoo?
What?
Yes.
There was a zoo there?
There was a zoo there. Uh-huh.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah.
The only zoo that I know is the zoo.
Dickerson Park
Yeah,
Zoo.
Dickerson Park.
Yeah,
and I've been there for Henry and Hippos.
Yes.
Pancake breakfast.
I love it. Yeah.
It was a great time. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been fun to be able to share things like that we've been able to pass along to the community.
It's like a history lesson all at the same time. I do follow some things online, like Facebook, that show pictures from the past. To where you're like, oh, this is this intersection, or what it used to look like. You're like, no way. It's only like 30 years ago. Which,
yeah. Things changed a lot. Things have changed a lot in that time, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the cool part for me, being a transplant from Chicago to here. The minute I get off the highway, I was like, where are the buildings?
Yeah.
It's a city. Where are they? And it threw me for a loop for a while. And after a while, a few years put in doing the radio thing, I started meeting more people, getting around, and understanding what Springfield has to offer. It's quite a bit.
Nature.
Yeah, and
probably compared to Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, you're lucky if you're downtown and you get a small patch of grass. If you step on it, there's somebody yelling at you, "Get off my lawn!"
Yeah.
But that was the cool thing moving here. That the parks, the fact that you can travel 30 minutes and see a waterfall, or these weird places that I only seen in magazines growing up.
Yeah.
That's the one cool
It's
part.
so sad to me. You only saw them in magazines?
Yeah, maybe not magazines, but we went to Wisconsin a lot too. But the Ozarks, Missouri, it's just different. The water in Wisconsin was brown.
Yeah.
The water here, not so brown. You feel bluish, but we went on hikes and there was rock formations and stuff that you can go do that. It just seems like there's more of it here. Like in the Chicagoland area, you have to travel to get there, or go pay money to climb a fake rock.
Yeah.
And Springfield's cool. Branson, just even the parks I've gone to, the tennis courts, stuff like that. There's always. I hate it when people say, "I'm bored. This place sucks. I don't like it."
There's so much fun stuff to do, like disc golf.
Okay, we call that frolf.
Why do you call it frolf?
Frisbee golf.
Oh, that's funny.
I actually have like 6 discs in the back of my car right now.
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. I had not ever played Frisbee golf.
You don't have to be good.
No, but we have. And that's one thing that before I worked for Parks, and I worked for Parks for almost 6 years now. I did not know we had so many cool Frisbee golf courses. And if you want to hear more on where those are, you can go to parkboard.org/disc golf. And then we have all our courses listed.
I need to know more about that because I do miss playing.
Yeah, we got a really nice one at Tom Watkins and McBride and Oak Grove. Oak Grove is the other one.
I have a question for you, Dana.
Okay.
What is
I'll try to answer.
What has been the one thing? I know you said you guys have been getting out and maybe going to parks and stuff, but what's the one thing that's gotten you throughout this lockdown?
Oh, well, my faith for sure.
That'll help. That'll definitely help.
That is like a huge part of my life. But it's been really great. To as hard as it is, it's been great to take a step back and like journal. And I know that sounds really nerdy to journal every day, and I don't journal every day, but I know that there will be a point in my life where I look back on this really, really, really hard time. Like I went from working full time and not homeschooling my children at all to all of it crashing into one bowl that week after spring break. And I was like, oh my word, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you know what you do? You just do the best you can each day. And we've had moments where they've been really special. And we've had moments where it's been like, I need to go for a run and I might not come back. So I think there's been those moments that have been hard, but I do enjoy writing and writing out those feelings of what I'm feeling. And I feel like I'm sure there's some kind of mental well-being with that to just process it. So I think writing and then encouraging the kids to write about it, like write about what you're feeling right now. And you'll want to go back and read that.
Well, I was just going to say one way or another, if your kids are doing it, they're going to look back at this and read that when maybe they have kids.
Yeah.
Like, hey, think about this time. And then if you have that and they have it, oh man, I didn't know I was feeling this way. I think, so I'm going to be 34 coming up here on the 13th. And I remember I had a diary. I hate to call it that, but it had dinosaurs on it and a lock.
Oh my gosh.
And all that.
Awesome.
And that's where the Topanga thing happened. I remember writing in there saying like I had a crush on Topanga.
Topanga, if you're out there.
Yes, if you're out there, find me, TLC Properties. I'll lease you an apartment.
Really?
Well,
that's a generous offer.
Yeah, well, she'd have to pay.
Well, okay, good. Okay. Well, I was like, I thought you were going to pay for this lease, for this relationship.
I wish I was that wealthy. Anyways, back to the dinosaur diary that I had.
Yes.
Writing, it's a very healthy thing. And especially like you brought up, like the times that we're going through now are something majority, like almost 99% of people in this world have never dealt with before.
Yeah.
And it's a weird time.
Yeah.
I think what it does, it loops us all back around, having a family, get way more family time.
Yeah.
My mother always told me if I spend too much time with you, I'll send you back.
That's so funny.
But it's one of those, I think everybody's adjusted. We had no choice.
You're right.
It was just, it happened.
Yeah.
The homeschooling, we had no choice. We had to keep moving forward because if we stop and stall, everything will stop.
Well, and another realization I had kind of during this quarantine and was I hadn't really reflected on like my life, like reflect back on last year of where we were at this point. And in October, I had a major surgery. So I had a hysterectomy in October, and I won't give you the graphic details or anything. That's not necessary, but they found precancerous cells. And so you got to get rid of that. Right. And that was what the doctor had recommended. And so we did that. And that was really hard because it was 6 weeks where I could not do anything. I took 6 weeks off work. I had 6 weeks of, and you have to know, like, I am a doer. Like I get stuff done, and I had to just time out and be still and let my body heal. And in reflecting at that in October of, 2019 to now, had I had not had that moment of like self-reflection and rest, I think I would be going bonkers right now.
The fact that you said the word practice. Bonkers, I haven't heard that since like 98.
Oh, well, I'm dating myself. I'm really old. But I mean, just allowing yourself to have that practice of like those trials that we've all been through, and everybody's been through different trials. And, if you're laid off right now, that's a horrible situation, but there's going to be silver linings in this.
Yeah.
I think as we all go back to the new normal, it'll be newness.
Yeah, it'll be different, but it'll be kind of normal.
I think we'll be a lot more intentional about what we're adding back into our lives in terms of busyness and the schedules of what we're doing now. Like if we're going for daily walks, maybe going to keep that up.
Keep it up. I like doing it. Like where I live at a TLC Properties, and it's a big area of apartments. So I can literally walk a mile around all of them. And I've been doing that. There's been friends I walk with just talking. And like I said, it just reminds me of before iPhones. We grew up before that.
Right.
I remember a Nokia. I still have a ringtone for it.
I miss those phones so much.
They were indestructible. They really were. You could do no wrong with that phone. I want one of those
phones for like my kid. I can't find
They only have like 3 numbers in them, but doing the walks, and like you said, it became a routine. And now that things are changing, I almost don't want to go back to my old routine.
Yeah.
Because before it was maybe get off of work, you go to your local watering hole, get a bite to eat, have a drink with your friends, go home. Well, that was gone for a while, and you find a new routine that's better.
Yeah.
I can go to the grocery store and grill for way cheaper than what it's going to cost me to go out somewhere.
Well, and don't you feel better after that walk? Like,
oh yeah.
I mean,
it's like a run jog. You ever watch Heavyweights movie? that fast awkward thing.
I'm sure
what
it's
I do
great.
Sometimes.
You're as long as you get that heart rate up, you're good. Cuervo.
Yeah. Try to get my steps in every day, but it's changing the norm, and like you said, it's a new norm that we're going to go back to.
Absolutely.
It's never going to be the same because now there's going to be people that this affected enough that it changed them. Yeah, we can go back to normal, but it's never going to be what it was.
Well, and all the Zoom stuff, like with all the Zoom videos, I'm like, I had a friend tell me the other day, she's like, I am like really looking forward to doing Zoom meetings and not have to travel up to Jefferson City to have to do a meeting up there. And there's going to be moments where you have to do that.
But it proved a lot of good, that it shows that we can use the technology that we have.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that.
Absolutely.
We did it here at work at the company with CCG and TLC. A lot of teams. And I stopped caring about what my hair looked like for a while. So I didn't care.
Yeah.
And finally get my hair cut coming up here in a week. And I think that's what most people have been waiting for. Like, can't wait to get my nails done. Can't wait to get my hair done. Just to look like not a trash panda.
I was kind of disappointed because I was like, oh, I have to put on makeup today, Cuervo.
Yeah.
And I did. I put on makeup for
a
you.
podcast that we're not video recording right now.
No, but I was like seen in public, like more than just around the block. And that has been what's funny, is being able to see people in a
natural
way,
form.
like their more authentic self. Like they're not having to put the face on. And I was talking to a flower shop that I'm friends with, and he had said something kind of funny, and I hadn't thought about it, but he's delivering still to a lot of these, really nice homes and seeing these people, and he'll open the door and he's like, oh my, yeah, you haven't gotten, and the girl was saying, yeah, it's been a while since I've had my Botox. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been a while since I put makeup on.
It's one of those things, of being a young gentleman that I am and dating, when you meet them, sometimes like, wow,
they look great,
you're beautiful.
And then they don't.
Until like the relationship happens and you end up waking up next to him that first day. They roll over. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Has there been those moments?
But yes, that has happened. But you know what? I choose love.
Oh, yes. So deep.
Yeah. No, maybe not love. Just I choose not to say anything.
That's a really good piece of advice.
Yeah, I've learned. My father and mother have been married for over 40 years. Keep your mouth shut and pick your battles.
You know, we have a rule in our house that I tell our boys, and they are not allowed to say something. And we have to correct this quite a bit. But if they're not allowed to say something if it's not kind, necessary, or true. It has to be those three things. Is it kind, necessary, and true? So It really keeps them from like, the bickering and like, okay, well, that's not kind. It might be necessary and it might be true, but you don't need to say it because it's not kind.
Keep it to yourself. Yeah.
Right.
If only more people could understand that.
And like, oh, your face needs makeup. That's not necessary to say, Cuervo. That's not necessary. So yeah,
I keep it to myself. And when they ask, do I look okay today? You look beautiful.
Is it true?
I keep that to myself.
But it's not true. Don't say it.
Okay. So
you seem like such a great person.
Sounds like a
Maybe
lie.
take it off the looks,
See, I hate when people ask, like, be honest with me. I said, I don't know if you're ready for that.
Oh, I'm always honest with people.
Yeah.
I tell people I have an opinion about everything, and if you don't want to hear it, don't ask me.
Exactly. I used to tell my parents the same thing. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. And I say that even to this day to my friends, like, man, I love you. You're a very good friend of mine.
But
that's
you're
not
being an idiot.
Yeah, and I'll tell them straight up. But that's the thing.
You need friends like that in your world.
Yeah, keep it as they say 100.
What? Yeah. I don't know what that means.
Keeping it real.
I'm not that cool. Okay, I've heard of keeping it real.
You should listen to 92.9 The Beat.
With
Amber and Lauren in the morning, because I had Amber on here actually for a show.
Oh, she's fun. I love her.
She's getting married soon.
I know.
End of her life. It's over.
It's not the end of her life. It's
Cody's
the
a great guy.
Of amazingness and a great relationship and years and years to look forward to.
Sounds ever so amazing.
You sound really sarcastic right now. You're not bitter.
No, not at all. Not at all. But anyways, we'll get to the point. Yes, totally still single. Obvious reasons. But Diana, thank you so very much for coming in and doing the podcast with me today. Honestly, I thought it was great to hear a little bit more about what you do and everything opening up slowly. Hopefully people can maintain what they did.
We have opened up some of our facilities slowly. So for all those updates, you can go to parkboard.org. Mm-hmm.
So there's always a website. You can check it out. Diana Tyndall is her name. I always, like I said, want to say Parks and Rec because I love the show. It's kind of work around, but no, there's so many things that people can do here in Springfield.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing. You just have to look for it. So one more time, what's that website?
It's parkboard.org. We've got a lot of our updates, and we hope to have more facilities, sports leagues, things like that will be coming open, and you'll be able to register here in the coming months. I will say we have some fun virtual stuff if you want to do a virtual 6K run and a father-son fishing tournament virtually. So you can go and do this really wherever. So for that info,
that sounds awesome.
Parkboard.org/virtual.
And there's froth. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Frisbee
and golf. Yeah, frisbee golf. Yeah. And regular golf too. We have regular golf courses.
Never was good at that. So I like riding the golf cart.
But it's still fun to go play.
Yeah, the golf cart's what I want. Watch people play golf. But once again, Diana Tyndall, thank you so very much for coming in and doing the podcast with me today.
You're welcome.
Episode 6, and this was the first one at our new corporate office.
It is so nice.
Yeah, and there's been a window, and we've been people watching while talking.
Yeah, car watching. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Nice car.
I couldn't afford that.
Ooh, the mail person just delivered mail.
And that was a big box.
Yeah,
I wonder what's in it.
I like big boxes. I cannot lie.
Well, thank you once again, Diana. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna wrap it up, and it's your local lifestyle podcast with me, Cuervo, and TLC Properties, sponsoring this awesome one, episode 6. Thank you for listening. Looking for a great home in Springfield, Missouri? TLC Properties is now leasing. Check out the apartments and townhomes at tlcproperties.com. Then schedule an appointment, request a virtual tour, or even submit your application. With nearly 30 communities to choose from, you'll find the one that's right for you at TLC Your Home.